All right, everyone, we are live. Welcome to AI Shortcuts to Work Smarter. I'm Madeline Sklar. Today, we're diving in to some really useful tips, advice, and things that will help you use AI better. And today is all about the brand new ChatGPT 5.2. They literally announced it while we were live streaming last Thursday. They always do. OpenAI always does these announcements while we're here for this hour every Thursday afternoon. They also launched ChatGPT Images. It's mind blowing. So a lot of ChatGPT we're going to be talking about today, but also Gemini 3 came out. So today is just all about those three things: ChatGPT 5.2, ChatGPT Images, and Gemini. Now, if you're new here, welcome to our live stream. I'm Madeline Sklar. I help creators and entrepreneurs get more done with AI to help boost your productivity without feeling overloaded, because I feel like we're all just so overloaded. There's too much to stay on top of. Plus, I'm just a techie nerd, so I'm always paying attention and I'm always just on top of it and always looking to see what's being talked about and what's new. And of course, I also add a dash of social media know-how from time to time. Today is all AI. But the cool thing is, with what we do here, a lot of what we talk about with AI stuff applies to our content creation and to the marketing we do on social media. But the goal is to just help you stay ahead of the game. Now, this live stream is brought to you by my AI Shortcuts to Work Smarter over on the SKOOL platform. Be sure to sign up at skool.com/Madeline Sklar. And I am now finally opening up my paid inner circle group. I'm setting up this paid tier, very low cost, getting it started. And I'm going to show you all a little bit of information about that in just a moment. Also, big announcement: we will not be here the next 2 weeks because a week from today is going to be Christmas and the week after is New Year's Day. So with the holidays, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back on Thursday, January 8th. But things will still go on over at SKOOL, and I'll be doing stuff over there. So be sure to sign up. It's free to join. Let's bring up our awesome panelists that are here with us today. Hello, friends. How are y'all doing? It's
And
the end
I'm
of the
I'm
year.
being a little Christmassy. I wore some Christmassy colors for today.
I love it. Yeah, I just can't believe, like, we're coming up to the end of the year. A week from today is Christmas. The week after is New Year's Day, and it's like, yeah, we'll be taking a break. So, man, this year went by fast, and I really appreciate y'all being regulars and hanging out here with every week while we just talk about different social media and AI stuff. It's been a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, and I learn so much every week from you guys, so I'm thrilled to always make it when I can.
Same.
I learn
Same
a lot
here.
from y'all too. Like it's what I love about what we do. It's all about learning and sharing. We learn from each other, but we also share what we know. And it's a lot of fun. It's very educational, lots of insights. And I love that we get a lot of people that like to come on and watch either live or catch the replay later. And they learn a lot. Plus, I just love watching the comments and learning from our viewers. So it's never a dull moment. We're just always doing learning new cool things. So what do y'all think about ChatGPT? Just all of a sudden it's like the OpenAI and Google are doing this like head-to-head matchup. And it's like one comes up with something really cool, brand new, and then a few days later, the other one comes up with something even better. And it's just this back and forth. I mean, it's a lot to stay on top of.
It is. I was not aware of the update to with the imaging, but I'm really glad because the imaging kind of has sucked, I think.
Yes. Big
Yeah.
time.
I
It's
mean,
not anymore. Wait till I'm going to show y'all all kinds of stuff.
I'm so excited.
I have so much for y'all to watch. And you know what I'm really excited about with my new inner circle thing over on SKOOL that I'm starting is that we do this for an hour, and I always feel like there's so much more I want to show y'all and deeper dive into it. I feel like this is more overview and discussion. So over there, I'm going to be just really diving in even more so we can just really take it to a next level. But just real quick, for anybody that's not familiar, come join us on the SKOOL platform. It's very easy to do. Just go to skool.com/Madeline Sklar. We're all over there, and so much information. I've been putting a lot of stuff up there lately, and just trying to help everybody stay on top of this stuff, because what I do is I'm always reading information about this. I'm watching videos, I'm educating myself, and what I like to do is just turn around and share that with everybody. Like this morning, I shared this great video I watched from Rick Mulready. Known him for years. He was really big with teaching. I think it was Facebook ads. Do y'all remember back in the day? I know he used to speak at Social Media Marketing World. I didn't get to know him real well, but I just knew of him, and he was always a speaker there. But he was real into, I'm pretty sure it was Facebook ads. I don't know. Do y'all remember what his specialty was? Because he's
Facebook
big with
ads.
AI now. He's real big with AI now, and he has a school community on AI. But he has this video that just came out talking about these 12 AI tools, and they're all free to use. Now, of course, they all have paid versions as well, but it was just a phenomenal video. I really liked how he highlighted these things and showed little demos. And so for members in our community, definitely recommend, when you have time, go check that out. And Barb, thank you I loved your post this morning. This was so good, talking about engagement with the community notification settings. Awesome. And so lots going on. Also yesterday, great video I watched. We're not going to have time to do this one today, but it definitely relates to what we're going to be discussing, which is a video talking about the new ChatGPT Images, which I can't wait for y'all to see this, because it rivals Nana Banana Pro now. But he did a video talking about it, which is really good. So we just have lots of conversation going on here. So definitely encourage everybody to come join us over there for these continued discussions. And then also, real quick, let me very quickly, because again, we got so much to go over, but I want to just really quickly show you the inner circle. I've been working hard on this. So I want to show y'all what I've put together. And hopefully everyone, there's a little pop-up for you. Let me show you how I'm setting up the plans real quick. Is in the inner circle, what I'm going to be doing is going, like I said, beyond this hour, where we're going to have an additional hour to 2 hours. Knowing me, it'll probably be like 2-hour sessions, because I like to just go and share all this stuff. And I'm going to record them, so they'll be available for replay. But whole lot of info. I'll have the link to this if anybody wants to go check it out. They don't make it easy on SKOOL when you have the freemium model, which is, you have your free SKOOL with the paid tiers. They don't make it easy for people to find this page. And I don't know why that is, but it's basically skool.com/MadelineSklar/plans. So you just put /plans on the end of the URL when you're on SKOOL. But Jim or Barb, I mean, y'all have SKOOL accounts. Have y'all noticed that? They don't make it easy for people to find this page.
I had not looked at that recently. I know I had gone in just to kind of see how you can set up the tiers. But I also thought it was interesting in the free SKOOL course where, and I know what it's showing here, but how they actually even recommended that you offer annual, because you get less churn when you do an annual versus a monthly. And I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, but what I'm doing here is offering 2 separate paid I thought about that. There's so many different ways to do this, but I want to have that next level from this weekly discussion, which is the premium plan, where we're going to do the deeper dives and the ability to have, live Q&As and interactions, and the replays will be available for that. That will not be live or recorded on social media, and being able to ask questions and get feedback, and along with some behind the scenes workflows and experiments and stuff. And then the VIP is just more of the group, like going beyond that. So kind of like the one-on-one coaching I've always done. Ooh, that was loud. But having small group strategy sessions and much more hands-on, and having it at lower cost than what my usual like one-on-one is. Because I always like groups better anyway, because with groups, everybody, it's like more like mastermind and we all learn from each other. And I always feel like people get way more out of that. So super excited I finally have this going. And yeah, so you'll be hearing me talk more about this. Let's get started with the AI stuff because there's just so much of it. I want to start first. I like to do this kind of like in order of how everything came out. So literally last Thursday, we're right in the middle of doing this, right? And I saw this tweet from OpenAI after we finished our chat. They literally did this at 12:18 p.m. last Thursday. So that's Central Time for me. We do this from 12 to 1 p.m. So at 12:18, they're like, there's always something they're launching on Thursday. So GPT 5.2 is now rolling out to everyone. And this is for everyone, not just for those on the paid accounts. And so they're talking about how there's the instant, the thinking, and the pro. And it initially did start out with the paid users, but then the free and go users got access the next day. So it is out there, and they do this comparison about how smart it is and how much faster. It has like comparison against Claude and Gemini. And, they got all their fancy stuff about how great it is. It says that this is, state of the art, raising the bar. I've been pretty impressed with it. So I got it last Thursday. And I do feel like my ChatGPT has stepped up a bit. Not huge, but I feel like it is better. And it does mention, warm and conversational like GPT 5.1, which it has been for me. It feels like it's just a little bit smarter and a little bit better. So I'm really happy with that. Has anybody noticed? Have you noticed if you now, when you go to ChatGPT, that you've got 5.2, it lets you know at the top of the screen?
I noticed first thing in the morning before we actually came live, I run the chat, the chat through Edge browser on the sidelines every day, and it said 5.2 up there, and I thought, what? That's strange. And so I went over to launch ChatGPT, and it said the same thing before we went. And I just ran one thing, one summary on there, and I definitely noticed there was a difference. But the good and the good news was it kept my personality. It knew who I was and was even drawing back to prior sessions, about this topic.
Mm-hmm.
So it like, I've got your back is how I felt that, and coming into it. I'm not ready to give up my subscription to that yet.
I'm not either, but I tell you what, a lot of people are raving about Claude and how much better Claude is, and a lot of people are loving Gemini, especially with the new Gemini 3, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So it just feels like they're all at war with each other, and they just keep up, like just we're better now, but then a few days later, no, the other one's better now, and it's just I feel like this is ping pong effect. But if you're using Magi, you get them all. Dustin's already made the announcement. It has the new ChatGPT. It has the brand new Gemini 3. Like I'm going to be showing y'all his announcements because I keep up with all of that. But it's interesting to see like how much they're improving on this because it benefits all of us. The better these platforms are. I'm going to play a video talking about the new ChatGPT 5.2, just so everybody's just kind of aware of just what's going on here. So let me play this for y'all.
ChatGPT 5.2 just dropped, and your AI assistant finally learned to say, I don't know, instead of gaslighting you. Here's the thing, you don't need smarter AI, you need one that follows instructions and stops confidently making things up. GPT 5.2 finally does that. It's the shift from clever to consistent. And this update isn't just about getting more impressive results. It's about being able to actually trust what ChatGPT says. So let's break down what this means for you. Number one, it finally stops lying. GPT doesn't try to cover things up when it's unsure. You can literally tell it, if you don't know, just say something and it will. With 5.2, you get less hallucinations and better reasoning. Number two, it respects your boundaries. Your instructions used to fade away halfway through the convo, kind of like polite suggestions, but now they stick. GPT 5.2 treats boundaries like rules, not recommendations. Third, it stays on task. So if you ask for one specific thing, you get just that. So it feels like having an assistant who gets the job done and stops wandering off script. And if you want to see this instantly, add this to your custom instruction or paste it at the start of a new chat. If you're unsure about something, say so instead of guessing. Don't add any suggestions or recommendations that I didn't ask for. End your response when the task is complete. This update isn't about getting AI that's just smarter, it's about getting AI that's consistent. Save this for later so you can stop arguing with your AI assistant and actually get things done.
I like that. I like that she says, like, ChatGPT that's consistent, because sometimes it does, like, it feels like sometimes these AI tools get fatigued,
Right.
like, especially Nano Banana when it was new. You could only do, like, so much, and then it didn't understand you, and it would just, for me, it would just always just, I would change something up, and it kept showing me the same thing over and over and over, like, it just couldn't comprehend anymore.
Well, it's so much, and I mean, I'm definitely getting a lot of great info from some of these folks on Substack that have created these AI publications, and they're kind of doing a lot of this compare and contrast, and it's just easier in some ways to find too than maybe on other platforms. I mean, you're providing some great value in the school community, but what I also, and I know I mentioned to you guys, Manus, which I learned about from James Hicks. Well, Manus will build slides like Gamma, but it will use Nano Banana to create your slides. And I did a slide deck for a presentation I did a week or so ago, and I was blown away at what it did creating the slides. And so it's kind of like they all keep changing. I haven't gone back and experimented, but I did create like a logo in Nano Banana that I had originally tried in chat before the update, and Nano Banana was just so much better that I'm kind of like, well, do I want to keep going back and forth? Because I mean, I'm also part of the Magi team, but I also, because I have Google Workspaces, I don't have any of those limitations right now with Gemini that people maybe do if they're having to do the credits and everything else. So I mean, I think it's just kind of like they're talking about with Claude. It's like you got to figure out what tool is going to do what you really need, and I think that's
Yeah.
it's easy. And I saw Bella Vasta posted a really neat Facebook post where in the comments she was showing like the same prompt using both, and it was kind of like, really, it was kind of depending on your I guess your perspective, your style, which one you might like better.
And I'm gonna show an example of that later where, with Gemini 3, I, did Gemini and I did Magi using Gemini 3, like just playing around, because sometimes it's just, yeah, one might work a little better than the other for your liking, your preference. I like that with Magi, we have everything. So it is just a nice way to experiment with the different ones. Definitely recommend Magi for anybody that has not used that. One of my favorite tools. I love it a lot. Between ChatGPT on my Plus account and then Magi for everything else. Excellent tool. And speaking of Magi, when this announcement came out about ChatGPT 5.2, Dustin immediately posted on Facebook to let everybody know last week. I think it was it the same day or the next day? No, same day. It was all on the 11th. So same day he posts this, ChatGPT 5.2 now available for all Magi users. So super impressed. So I've been kind of playing around with these on both just to see, like, how different or how similar things are, because I just like to experiment. And then there was more. That wasn't it,
And now
because
there's more.
then on the 16th, this was Tuesday, we find out that ChatGPT is introducing images powered by their flagship new image generation model. Stronger instruction following, precise editing, detailed preservation, 4x faster than before. Now, one of the things I always noticed with ChatGPT Images is that it sucked so bad. I never had a good experience with it. So I never even went there anymore. Gemini, so much better. Nana Banana, amazing. Nana Banana Pro right now, amazing. Whisk, that we've talked about here, Whisk AI, amazing. This is kind of rivaling it now. I'll still like to experiment and do both, but has anybody played around with this yet?
I want to say, I thought I saw something, and I haven't played with it in depth yet, right? Because we got so many things distracting us. But Adobe Express, I believe, is integrating ChatGPT for generative AI.
A lot of them are starting to do that.
I think I had seen an announcement about that. So I thought that was interesting that, they're going to do that. And of course, I think everybody's also heard what I guess that Apple is going to work with Google to use their AI instead of, I guess, Siri is going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or they'll call her Sarah. I don't know, Sarah Connor.
Well, it's just, they're just all at war with each other. And it's just that, but we're all getting the benefits because we're getting all this cool stuff. So let me show you. So on ChatGPT, let me play this little, they have like this, I'll play it from the beginning. It's impressive.
Reflecting all the angry skies, soft and fragile body left here on the wet key, still afloat, fresh from the boat. Arms and legs tangled up in nets, blue blood splashing, kiss regrets. Arms and legs tangled up in nets, blue blood splashing, kiss regrets. Ever slightly breathing, no more flow under the skin. Become sad souls left to roam.
I'm pretty wowed by that. I mean, it's just, I just can't believe how much is stepped up. Like night and day. So I've been playing with this. I'm gonna do a play a how-to video real quick, so just so you can see like how to use this, and then I'm going to show you the examples of what I've been doing. I've just my mind has been blown at how good this is. So let me cue this up.
ChatGPT, 9 days until Christmas, and they just dropped something huge. I know you've been waiting for this one for a long time, so make sure to save this for later. Check this out. Head to ChatGPT and go to the left-hand side, and you'll notice that images, there's something new. When you click images, we've got a new interface because a new image model just dropped. You'll see we've got a gallery of all of our images and some cool templates that we can use as a starting point. But honestly, the most impressive part about all of this is the unbelievable quality. So just describe what it is you're looking for and feel free to attach a reference image if you want. You can take an image like this and with a very basic prompt, turn it into an image that looks like this. You can also select an area of the image to actually annotate and edit one specific piece of the image. You can then just prompt in the change that you want to be made specifically to that area. And a few seconds later, you've got your image. And check this out. There is no watermark anywhere on the image. Another thing that blew my mind is the quality of text when I asked for an infographic of how Stonehenge was built. There is not a single typo here. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and make sure to give me a...
That is just absolutely wild. The quality and how great it looks, and words, text getting better and better?
I like the infographics. I think, especially in LinkedIn, I was looking at Notebook LM that has a great infographic. You can take a piece of content, and I have a lot of stuff, from I've developed over the years, and now it looks like you know the infographic on ChatGPT 5.2 is going to be pretty good. I'm going to test it out.
I would definitely start playing around with it. I'm gonna play one more video just so y'all can see like all about this.
You can upload multiple.
Hold on. In TikTok, it's hard to back these up.
So ChatGPT just released a new image model and I got early access. And there's one use case I want to show you that almost brought my wife to tears. So with this update, you can upload multiple photos and blend them together. And this is my wife's favorite photo of her late father. And this is a photo of our youngest daughter from our daddy-daughter dance the other night. They never got a chance to meet. So I used the new image blending feature to recreate this original photo, but this time with my father-in-law holding our youngest daughter. Check out the results. It almost brought my wife to tears. By the way, I got several videos coming out on this new ChatGPT image model. So give me a follow.
Isn't that wild? I mean, it does a lot and looks better.
Really interesting. So are all the photos in there that you upload your own or you use, are they royalty
Either or.
free? There's no copyright issues?
That you can do your prompts like how a lot of people do it, where you just prompt whatever you want. You can upload photos you have and have it use it for reference. I'm going to show you all an example of how I did that in just a minute. For those that are like, wow, I gotta go learn more about this, go over to our school. I mentioned this earlier, over on school.com/Madeline Sklar. I have this post from yesterday, this video here where this guy compares ChatGPT, the new ChatGPT images to the Nana Banana Pro. Great video. Because it's so impressive. I mean, it's really starting to rival Nana Banana, which we've all been so impressed with. So I definitely recommend everyone go check that out. So, I mean, has anybody here played with any of this at all yet? I mean, it's new. It just came out Tuesday. So
I find out from you all the new stuff when we get here on Thursdays.
Well, when you're in ChatGPT, whether you're on mobile or desktop, I'm doing desktop, you'll now start seeing on the left side a new image thing, but I just went directly to it, which is chatgpt.com/images. And so you can describe your image. It gives you like different styles that you can play with. Like here's a sketch and you can just scroll across and see all these different things. I played with the doodle. So much flexibility here to basically just do whatever. I definitely recommend just going at it, making things, playing with it. So let me show you using some of those styles, what I did, because it was really fun. So, okay. So what I did is I was on that little showing those styles and I picked one and then I uploaded, this headshot photo of me. And it automatically used, when you saw those ones at the top, if you click on one of those, it will automatically put in a prompt. So it put in this prompt, and this is the doodle one, because I just wanted to see like what would it come up with. So it's taken this image, it already has the prompt. Of course, I can update it or change it or do whatever. I just left it as is. And here's what it came up with with the doodle. It's silly. It's fun, but then I could take that prompt and adjust it and play around with it and do other things. And like in that one video, the guy said that you can actually have it just edit apart. You don't have to be the whole thing. So it seems like there's a lot of flexibility, but isn't it just funny just play around and put a doodle in?
I was laughing for sure when you did the reveal. I was like, what?
And then let me show you another one I did. I did the same thing, but this one I pressed was what was it? It was like the retro. Let me pull it up and see what it was. There was some kind of cool retro
80s, 90s vibe, I think.
Pop art. It was called pop art.
Pop art. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So I did the same thing. I put in the same photo And this is what it automatically put in: a portrait of a subject in the 1960s comic book pop art style, blah, 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 blah. And it came up with that, which was really cool. And it actually got my tattoos right. You know, they always mess it up. ChatGPT was notorious for getting that part wrong. Nano Banana was always better, but it looks really cool. I don't think it looks very much like me, but it's just very cool overall. And it's fast. It's not crazy fast like Nano Banana, but is faster than how ChatGPT images were before. So I've just been pretty blown away by this. So I definitely recommend next time you're on ChatGPT, go hang out in this new image section here and play around with this. Because again, they've already got these pre-made ones, which is what I did. Definitely do that doodle one because it's funny. But they got all kinds of things, but then you just get creative and they got all these other things here. I mean, you can pretty much do whatever, type in your prompt. I'm not very good at figuring out the right prompts for these things. So a lot of times I just go into ChatGPT or Gemini and I have it help me make a prompt, which I'm going to show you in a few minutes with some examples when I was playing around with Gemini and comparing Gemini 3 with their Nano Banana versus Magi. I haven't played around with any of this on Magi yet. I don't know if they actually officially have this new ChatGPT images. They have GPT image. Oh, you know what? I think they do have it because this is a real high multiplier. So maybe it is new. There's a GPT image. I might have to play around with that. We shall see. But images are way better now. ChatGPT in general with the 5.2 better. And I'm going to now show you Gemini 3 because I've been playing around with this one too. And Gemini 3 has been quite interesting. So Dustin just posted about this. I think he just posted this yesterday. So Gemini released the 3 Flash. And that is quicker, better, pro-grade reasoning. And they already implemented it into Magi that quickly. And it is live in there. So I was playing with this one because I wanted to compare. And what I did is I took his image to compare to see, like, what could I create based on that. So I first went over to Gemini. Let me show y'all what I did. This has been a lot of fun playing with this. So I first asked it to, like, give me a prompt, kind of help me with a prompt, although it's not giving me the whole thing. Okay. I put in this photo from what Dustin had in hopes it could help me, like, you know, create a cool prompt. Although it's not coming up. But I had a little chat with it. And I wanted it to create something similar but different. I don't know why it's not coming up. So we kind of went back and forth a bit. I don't know why it's not working right now. That's weird. I'll show you the Magi version because then I took the same exact thing and I put it in Magi to see if I would like it better or was it the same. Because on the free account with Gemini, it's only going to let you do so much. As the pro, it stops you and then it just goes back to, you know, the not as great version. So then, you know, to get you to pay. So I go into Magi because they do have it up here at the top. I have the, you know, it's the Gemini 3 Flash already in there. And the multiplier is really low too, 0.3. So you're not going to use up your credits quick. And I took the prompt from Gemini and fed it in here. And it created this for me, which was really cool, I thought. And then I took, so this is one of the ones that you couldn't see on my Gemini. I really like this one a lot. That was through Gemini Direct. And so I fed it into Magi and I said to create something similar, but make it a bit different. And it came up with this. So for me personally, I feel like I could just use Magi for the Gemini 3 images because I'm getting really good results in there and I can keep refining it. But I mean, it wasn't showing you the ones I did in Gemini. I don't know what was wrong with that link, but I'm impressed with the quality. I think these are all really good. What are y'all's thoughts? I mean, is this impressing y'all to want to go play around with this?
Well, of course. I mean, I've done images through ChatGPT and it wasn't great, but I've used them, and because they were halfway decent, but there's many other places. And now this is just coming up to speed a lot better. And so I'm impressed.
Yeah. Do you have a cold? You sound like you have a cold.
I do. That's why you heard me sneeze
Okay.
earlier. Yeah. And I didn't know I didn't know I didn't mute myself, but
It's okay. It's okay. So back in Gemini, so, I gave it Dustin's image, but I wanted to I said similar but different. And so it was a little too similar, I thought. But it was cool. And then, so this is back in Gemini. And then I said, well, I said it was too similar. I said, I'm like, no, make it an AI robot sitting at a computer working. And I also asked for the prompt because the first time I asked for the prompt and didn't give it to me, it just did the image. So it came up with this one, which I liked a lot better. I'm like, well, that's pretty darn good. And then I said, well, what prompt did you use? Because I want the prompt so I could go to Magi and put the prompt in. And it tells me it apologizes for the confusion. So it gave me the prompt. So I then took this prompt and fed it into Magi, which I just showed y'all, so I could do the comparison. So that's how I'm showing you how my mind thinks and how I do my workflow. It's like, if I can get a good prompt on one of them, then I'll just take that prompt and go use it on the other. And since Nano Banana was doing better images because ChatGPT wasn't that great, sometimes I'm already in ChatGPT and I'll say, hey, give me a prompt for this. And I take the prompt and then I go over to Gemini to go get the image I want.
So Madeline, if you want to share it, because you got me going down the rabbit hole. I just took a picture of my oldest daughter and my 2 grandkids. So that's the aunt with her grandkids, and I told it to turn it into a sketch, and that's what it did.
Nice.
And it's
so it was a photo, and it
Yep.
did. That sketch is
And-
beautiful.
yeah.
Wow. I'm telling you, this new ChatGPT Images is phenomenal. And it's available to everybody, not just the paid accounts. And you know what one of their big selling points is right now? You're not going to have the watermark like you do on Gemini. Because, the thing about Nano Banana, it does that small little watermark at the bottom right. But what I do is I just go and pop it into Canva to remove it, which takes me like 2 seconds to do. But that's on the paid Canva because they have that whole magic editor. So I wonder if you did want a Nano Banana and really liked it, could you put it into ChatGPT Images and let ChatGPT Images take out the watermark? Probably would.
Yeah, I think you can even do it in Canva.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I do that in Canva.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
It's an extra step.
what I love about this is that, like I was saying before, I'm primarily using ChatGPT because I've just been so happy with it for everything, but the images suck. So I go and do Nano Banana or Whisk for images. So I'm having to leave ChatGPT, and then if I have the watermark, I go over to Canva to remove it. Now it's like, well, I don't think I need to leave ChatGPT, and I'm sure that's the whole purpose of this, is to keep us on these platforms. But can you show us the photo too, just so we can see the?
Oh yeah, I think so.
I would love to see the photo version because that sketch is amazing. It's hard to believe that that's AI generated.
This is the original photo. I think I put it in there.
Yep, I see it.
So that's the original photo.
Wow.
And you notice if you look at the sketch, if you flip over to that, notice that my granddaughter, it's like it made her smile.
Oh,
And the photo is she's not quite smiling, which
right. That is
yeah,
so good. That
yeah.
is really thank you for sharing this with us. That is really, really impressive. So, I definitely recommend everybody go check this out because it's very interesting.
Yeah. Right. And even just thinking of all the things you could potentially create with it, because now maybe you make a calendar out of sketches, right? Go to Lulu and take some of your photos and you could turn them into sketches and put them as, each month it's a different sketch. And I haven't even played, you probably is even a way to play around, like make color sketches, but
Mhm.
I thought that was pretty neat.
Well, this is like, stuff for everybody to do while they're on the holiday break is go play around with this and report back in 2 weeks when we're back on here. Because 'cause I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of this. But right now, I'm so happy with ChatGPT with the new 5.2. I have found it to be a little bit better, and now this new images. I'm like, I'm set. And then when I wanna do other things outside of ChatGPT, then I'm using Magai.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's finding the system that works for you.
Yeah, there's so many of them. You just have to choose one or two, and there's all these tools out there. So, Jim, I'm with you. You just I'm a tinker, experiment. I'll take one prompt and compare it to another one. I just found Claude lied to me, and it admitted it on a simple task. It was weird. It was. I thought, oh, something's wrong. And then I started to say, well, give me the source data for that. How'd you come up with that statement? And it went down a rabbit hole and it finally said, I was wrong to recommend. And then the other thing it said, it's a perfect example how industry common knowledge gets repeated. And then it said, the irony, I fell into the same trap. Like it admitted, and they said, your skeptical question saved blah, blah, blah. I was like, my goodness, had I not known my domain well after 30 years, I would have just gone with what it said, right? And I'm like, I'm going to test that prompt, how I started it with Claude on ChatGPT, see if it falls into the trap, which goes to, yeah. So,
Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed, Rachel shared an article, I think
Mhm.
was it last weekend, about how the future of AI is more about being able to use it for translation. I think that's definitely that was a very powerful way to look at things.
Definitely.
yeah.
Rachel's been sharing all kinds of great things on
LinkedIn lets you make your, I know, I follow you and Jim over there. Um, But yeah, LinkedIn, a lot of people don't know they let you do your LinkedIn profile in multiple languages, but they don't let you, take your English profile and just hit a button and copy it over. You have to build it from scratch. And it opens up other audiences if you speak multiple languages. I speak Spanish, so I haven't gotten around to that, but I'm gonna use AI to help me translate some of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
great
that
use.
can really make a difference for anything that you create. I have a client who is from Spain and obviously bilingual. And so he's translating his own books into Spanish. But for other languages like Italian and yeah, they're the other Romance languages, he's going to hire somebody. But I think that's a great idea. But how would if I don't speak the language, that's my concern. If I don't speak the language, how do I know if what they're telling me is even correct without checking it with other AIs or you know what I mean? So the trust level there for me is not 100%, but I think they've probably worked a lot of that stuff through that. That's just my concerns.
I would, um, I mean, you just saw what I went through with Claude, and I had a pro version. And I'd question everything. Now, I found it in 2 errors. And then at the end, it says, do you want me to redo the report and put it out there? I'm like, now I have to check I feel like a teacher. I have to check everything.
Think how
But
teachers feel right now. My gosh.
Oh, man. But no, in regards to languages, Rachel, it's very regionally sensitive. Like, just think of English here in the United States. Here in Georgia, and I will travel across to California, every state will have a different dialect or of English, a southern drawl. Southern drawl in Georgia to Alabama to Louisiana is quite different, because in Louisiana it has like a it's an easy, it's not so twangy, right? Like in Alabama, so, and they say different things. So yeah, I mean, I would love to have an AI that picks up on all of that. So
Absolutely.
Jim, maybe you can go create it.
Yeah. So busy 7 days with all this AI stuff. So much going on with this. Since we have time, there was some big Facebook news circulating. Rachel, thank you for sending that link, because I'm glad Maury put an actual article with everything, because I've seen her post this week. So Maury Smith, queen of Facebook for a very long time, had posted some interesting stuff about what's going on with Facebook. I'm going to pull up the article that Rachel shared, because this is even better because it has everything. So Maury Smith shared that Facebook tests limiting link posts to just 2 per month. So apparently I think at first the way the post was that Maury had posted I don't think it was real clear. It's just a test. I think a lot of things have been confirmed now, but that, when we post on social media, they don't want us linking to other things outside, right? Because they don't want you to leave. And so what's very common on all the platforms is to have your first post and then you put a secondary with your link. But Facebook wants to test so that you can't do more than 2 link posts per month unless you have a verified account and paying money. So who has thoughts on this? I mean, I didn't really dive into the rabbit hole, but I was watching what Maury was saying and reading the comments, and people are like, another reason to leave the platform. They're just coming up with things that just make you go, why am I here? At least that's how I felt.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I mean, I think for me, it started with not letting people live stream their groups with third-party tools without using RTMP. And then the second step beyond that was, then, starting this whole thing of like, oh, we're taking your lives down after 30 days. It's kind of like, I mean, every once in a while see somebody go, oh, well, I want to go live on Facebook. And I'm like, why? Because they say, oh, well, people are going to watch it. Well, the reality is, if you're a new streamer, you're probably not going to get that many views. And then I'll go over to Substack and I watch some of these journalists go live, and they literally have thousands of people watching them when they go live.
Wow.
And so, so to me, this is just another thing. I was like, okay, well, now you're going to make it difficult to share links. I even got, if you want to call it a strike from Facebook, because I was sharing a link from a Substack article to a private group that I'm in with 7 people, because, and it was like, and even though I said, this is, they were like saying, well, this was spam. It's like, no, I was sharing an article, and it wouldn't like unstrike me for it. So it's kind of like, what it's going to make you do to share content, and then like, oh, well, just put it in the comments. I'm like, and then I think I still kind of read, like, if Rachel wanted to share something in one of my posts in the comments, it's not going to let it hyperlink. So it's kind of like, why am I here?
Right.
Because I think between school and, I mean, I've even said, right, if I was going to focus on 4 things, it would be YouTube, LinkedIn, school, and Substack.
100%. And that's what I've been saying too. Those are
and I get it that people's like, oh, but I also, it's kind of like, maybe there's still people on MySpace. At some point, you have to evolve and stop saying, well, this is, it's kind of like that. Well, that's the way we've always done it.
Right.
They want you to pay to be verified. So it's a money grab for them. And then 2, they want you to start running ads for people to see your content, because you can do it on professional mode. But at least for me right now, I'm not interested in that, because that's not, I would rather try to grow organically. I feel like Substack is organic growth. I mean, Rachel just put out a great post about, how to get more paid subscribers on your Substack. And I just want to say that was a great article, Rachel.
Thank you.
But I mean, for me, and I also think as a person that really works with, I'll say, content creators and other businesses, I don't go to, I would not go to Facebook looking for Rachel's services. So why am I going to spend all this time trying to, and sure, you're right. Even a blind squirrel gets a nut. You'll get somebody off of Facebook that will work with you. But I would, go to the places where people are looking for what you're offering. And I don't think Facebook is that.
100%. You are so right. Facebook is good for friends and family. That's what it was always good for. At once upon a time, it was great for business. I think one of my first online classes I taught, it was like a Facebook for business kind of thing, like I think 2008. And there was a time where it was very valuable. And do y'all remember back then, you had, when they first, because it used to be just personal profiles, and they finally made business ones because they didn't want us all making business ones with our personal. A lot of us were doing that. So they had the business one. And it used to be when people followed it or liked it or whatever they called it back then, everybody saw your post. Everybody. And then we all built up these business sites on Facebook, and then the algorithm comes into play and the advertising, and they're like, every year less and less of your posts were seen organically. And when it got way down, like past 10%, so many of us teaching social media were just like, why? You're ruining this. You're making it all about money. And so I've always been all about organic. Even back when paid became the thing and everybody's all about paid. I'm like, organic works. And it's more real, I think, real relationships. But I gave up on Facebook quite some time ago for business. Pip is so cute. Thanks for doing the Pip cam.
Of course. He comes up every time. He was just trying to get up here. So I was like, all right.
He loves watching us.
He loves watching Zooms. Loves.
I love it. I love that. But I love Facebook for friends and family. It works great for that. See what everybody's up to.
I like it for, I tend to have a lot of clients my age or older. I'm almost 62 in a couple weeks. And
happy early birthday.
Pardon?
Happy early birthday.
Oh, thank
and you look amazing for your age, by the way. And finally, somebody that's older than me. Very nice.
Stay out of the sun. That's my advice. I started selling sun care products when I was in my 20s, and they trained us on like all the different types of skin cancers. And after that, I was like, okay, I just have slathered myself in sunblock my whole life. Like, that's all it took. But anyway, thank you. For older authors, I do find Facebook works best for them to have an author page, because that's one place beyond their website that they feel comfortable using. And as we have this aging population, these newer things are coming in and feel very intimidating to older people. So I'm finding that Facebook is still a viable option, and you can run ads for like $1 a day. You don't have to spend a ton of money just to rise above the noise. But if they take away that ability to 2 links a month, what's the point?
What's the point?
People are just going to leave.
They are. People are going to leave. It's going to be
no sense. It makes no sense. No, I do understand the desire to not have a link in every post, because that is considered spam.
Right.
And that's in their guideline. And it's in all of the social media guidelines. If you have a link in every post, you could potentially lose your account. And I've seen it happen. But they don't really, it's very cherry picked. as to who's going to get suspended, right? I've lost access to pages for no reason, and they don't even tell you why. It's just gone. So like, I don't love meta products, but I do feel like they are at least necessary for now.
Gotcha. Yeah, all that you said makes perfect sense. And the only reason why I live streamed this to my personal Facebook is because I've had it for so long. I've got all these communities I've built, people from all these communities. I still have my musician friends from my music community in the 90s that I did for 20 years. So many of them love seeing all this techie stuff I do. They loved when I was, always doing the social media stuff on here. Now I'm doing the AI because they love learning all this stuff from me. And so many times they'll like, I'll never forget the whole Notebook LM when that, a little over a year ago when that was like first was getting popular and everybody, we're all trying it. And I did that exercise I do many times here where it's like, put in your LinkedIn, put in an about page with you, and this, have the podcast, they talk about you, right? And it's just a huge ego boost. And so we did that on I think it was when I was first doing this as a live stream specifically for social media and AI shortcuts when I rebranded it. And I took a clip of that and put it on Facebook. And like, I had all these like musicians friends from back in the day that are not techie. Yeah. But it also shows that I'm good at teaching for non-techie people. It's definitely one of my superpowers. But friends were like doing the exercise I was walking through and demoing. That's awesome. And they're like, oh my God, this is incredible. And oh my gosh, I then fed it some lyrics to one of my songs. And what it gave me made me go, wow. And it's like, so, I still stay connected with a lot of people from my past communities and just so many people I've met, being that I've been in digital marketing 30 years next month. Long time. I know. I still can't believe it. Wild thinking back to all of that. But I still get some value out of Facebook, but not, it's been years now and I just don't check it right away. I don't check it that often. I forget to check the DMs. I try to be better about checking DMs, but I'm finding a lot of value on Substack. And Rachel, I really appreciate all the content. That article, your new article, man, I was reading that last night. I'm like, that article so hits home. And I could see in the comments it did for a lot of other people too. And
yeah, I'm just starting to respond because I published it and then I was done for the day. And then I came back and this is the great part about Substack is like, it's what Twitter and Facebook used to be, where you can get, 20 or 30 comments on a post. Like we used to get that blog posting. I haven't gotten that in years, which is why I moved over to Substack. So thank you.
Well, this article is so good. Y'all be sure to go to Rachel's Substack. I have the link there, Bad Red Head Media. But she's got this great article, The Art of the Ask, How I Doubled My Paid Subscribers. And it's so easy. And this was just so good. But you shared so much of like, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to have paid subscribers on here, and the way you framed all this was so great. So and I like you had these TED Talks. I watched those last night, and some of the articles you linked to. But you just are so good at the way you use Substack, and Jim too. Y'all both are so good at this. But and I'm digging into it a bit. I've just been slow, but that's definitely for 2026. I'm definitely going to be spending a lot more time because I feel strongly that Substack is just one of those ones that people they need to be using. It's powerful.
It is, especially with all of these changes. X is completely useless now. The only reason I'm there is for the indexing, because for whatever reason, Google and AI search still give X that priority for indexing. So that for visibility purposes, I still post there, but I get very little interaction. But I do, like you on Facebook, I have DM groups with other people, and so we stay in touch that way. But yeah, not like I used to have X open, Twitter open on my constantly.
Me too.
Not even open anymore.
I mean, y'all know I lived on Twitter. I was known for Twitter, teaching Twitter,
I
And
learned so much from you, Madeline. Like the fact that I'm sitting here with you, like if you had told me this 10 or 15 years ago, I'd have laughed in your face and went, oh my God, no way. Like, so it's just an honor to be here. I've always learned so much from you.
you're so sweet. Well, Twitter was just amazing back in the day and for a very, very long time. And it was a platform that a lot of people didn't take seriously. And I was like really the only one that was constantly shouting from the rooftops, this is great, gotta be here. And I was teaching it and I was doing all the things. And so many of my peers would like, oh, let's go to the next shiny object. I mean, and it was fine. I totally get it. I mean, there were some big names that were known for the Twitter experts before, like Mark Schaefer wrote books on it.
Right.
The Tao of Twitter he wrote was an amazing book. But he does so many other things. But he also, I think one of the reasons why I was able to kind of take his place of being the go-to Twitter person was because he was venturing into other things.
Yeah.
And he was the social media examiner go-to Twitter guy. And then I ended up becoming their Twitter go-to gal in 2015 or 16. And I was the one that spoke every year for years about Twitter. And it was always them looking to me like, who else can we get to speak? Because people just did not want to be known for teaching Twitter. I was like the main one. Then you had over in Ireland, blanking on her name. What's her name? You're muted, Jim.
Samantha Kelly.
Samantha
Kelly.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Queenie Goddess. Yeah.
Well, I recommended they have her come one year because they never had enough people talk about Twitter. It was so weird.
And it's funny, right, Madeline? Because even Samantha's had to, shift and pivot to LinkedIn and
Well, Twitter hasn't been the same since Elon took over. And it's hard when you have a lot of followers and you use it for so much of your business and known for it. I mean, I've on all the Twitter chats and being known for all that, and then doing the Spaces chats, which were amazing. It is definitely pretty awesome having over 100,000 followers because you really get more attention. It's really interesting how when you hit the 10,000 mark, you see that difference. But then also when you're at 100,000, it's like, wow, but Elon changed the algorithm so much that very quickly it all just changed. And it's really tanked. I know he ended up when he started doing those extra costs, the different tiers for the premium, like he kind of saved it a bit with the algorithm where it wasn't so bad, but then it got real bad again. And so I don't use it all that much. I do it like you, Rachel, stay in touch with people in the group DMs, but also ever since they upgraded the chat, it's not the same. And I don't even get notifications anymore. It's weird. I don't like the way it works at all.
Yeah, the new chat is disappointing.
Very disappointing.
And it's not encrypted. So why do they have it behind a pin? Like, I don't understand it at all.
Right. I don't get it, but it's been incredibly frustrating. But this is why, we all have to be paying attention to like what's working for people, what checks all the boxes. Substack, SKOOL, LinkedIn is still great. I need to spend more time on LinkedIn.
I don't love LinkedIn. Maybe you all can convert me, but I just see so much spam.
I haven't liked it in a long time. Yes, so I used to use it a lot in the early days when it was just a resume. It was plain and boring. It was a resume. That was all it was back when it was new. When it became the social media platform, it changed a lot, but it was so spammy. And then you would start a group and then the groups would be all spam. So I just hated how bad it was because it was like that for years.
Yeah.
So I was using it less and less and focusing more on other platforms. So it's still hard for me to get on LinkedIn. I feel like it's so busy now. It seems like they're better with the spam, but it's so busy and there's so many different parts to it. But it's still great because it's business people. That's a good thing.
The one thing that I do like there is I can take my Substack articles and I can post them as an article there and then link to Substack to read the rest. So it's not duplicate content because you're not sharing the whole thing and you're giving the attribution. But then
Right.
you're also getting people who may not be on Substack to read your stuff. So I think for that, that's helpful. But I've never really gotten business from LinkedIn. I
Shoot,
definitely got
I have.
business.
I
I
have.
definitely got business from Twitter, but that, that's
Me
changed. But
too. People used to always be like, "How do you get business from Twitter?" I mean, this was a long time ago, but you
yeah,
know what? Wherever you're super active and people see, it's all about being visible.
yep. And now
So
it's moved over to Substack. And now, people are calling me to ask me questions about Substack. And there's stuff I don't know. I
I know
mean,
I just referred
honestly,
somebody to you because it's like,
thank
you
you.
are so knowledgeable and you're
Thanks.
so helpful and you're so good at it.
Thank you.
And I always learn a lot. And I look at how you do your newsletters. I'm like, perfect structure.
Mm.
Like you're just so good at it. So it gives me lots of ideas because I am going to get mine going.
You
So
will. I know
y'all
you
be sure to go sign up for mine because I do have one. And I've been doing some posts. I did one this morning. You know what I did? I was so proud of myself. And I'm like, I need to make this a series. So I used to do stuff like this. I remember a gazillion years ago on Instagram, I used to do this. I used to get on it because I would always be out walking my dog every morning. And I started doing it, and everybody loved my dog I used to have way back when, because it was when Instagram was newer, and we're all just posting personal stuff all the time. So every morning out walking my dog, and I would just make a short little video on Instagram, sharing a Twitter tip or something, but it would incorporate my dog. So everybody loved it. They're like, oh, I get a Twitter tip from Madeline, plus I get to see her cool dog.
started
And
up again.
so this
Yep.
morning I'm walking my cool 3-legged husky, Lucy, and I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going, because I really want to do more with Substack. So I pulled up my phone and I just made a quick little video on my Substack. Let me pull it up real quick. It was more about, let me get myself in this habit is what it was about. So let me play. I actually meant to show you all this because I was so proud of myself, but it's just putting up a piece of content is really all it is, right? It's just, we have to do, as my tattoo says, just do it. So here it is. So I wrote, what is the one transformation you're looking for with AI? Let's discuss on today's live stream. So let me play this for you. Good morning, friends. What is the one transformation you're looking for when it comes to AI? It's so hard to keep up with all this AI stuff. Just this week, ChatGPT, upgraded, and so did Gemini. And it's like this war between OpenAI and Google. We're going to talk about it today on my live stream. But what's the transformation you're looking for in your business when it comes to these AI tools? Are you starting to feel overloaded because this stuff changes at warp speed? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I'm out walking my 3-legged husky. That's Lucy. You wouldn't know she was 3-legged. Anyway, I'll chat with you. Yeah, my dog carries herself so well. People are always like, they'll just like play with her, we're out walking and be, oh, cute. And then all of a sudden they're like, after like 5 or 10 minutes, oh, she's 3-legged. Because she just carries herself so well.
I just found it on Twitter. I'm sorry, on Substack, and I liked it and reposted it for you.
Thank you. But I did it more for myself as like, I got to get back into doing that because I like doing stuff like that. And what a simple, easy way to get a piece of content on Substack. I also put it on my X. I'm like, well, I'll put it over there too. Although, what good is that going to do?
Well, and Madeline, you could even, like what you were just doing, you could go live on Substack with your phone, and then it would go to your drafts. So it doesn't have to become a part of your publication, and then you can download it and you could share it wherever. So I think that's one of the things I want to start doing more of, is just kind of these, like, I'll call it pop-up lives with my phone, just to share. It's almost like, I guess you could say some of it's behind the scenes, right? It doesn't always have to be, like we're doing right now in a studio, kind of a setting. So I think
people love behind the scenes. They love behind the scenes stuff, or just hanging out with you. I think, when I used to do more videos like what I just showed y'all, people always reacted and loved it, and they want to see more of that.
And
Yep.
video is just going to continue to grow everywhere.
100%,
particularly on
100%. I really need to relaunch my old video program just to get, because it helped people get comfortable on camera, and a lot of people still aren't comfortable with it, but it's such a game changer. Whether it's for your business, your hobby, anything, there's nothing like just making a video. And we all have incredible phones. I mean, I remember back in the day, all the expensive camera equipment, but especially back in the music stuff I used to do. I mean, the stuff I would have to lug just because I wanted to take pictures or videos. And then back when live streaming was kind of new, I started doing all this live streaming like 2010 because you could. The quality wasn't great, but you could do it, right? And it was called Ustream. There was like 2 or 3 platforms. It was called Ustream, the letter U and stream. And so I was all over that. I was live streaming from all over the country in my music events. And but it was just so much gear. And now you could literally just use your phone, put it on a tripod, press the button. Your quality on your phone is better than a lot of external cameras you buy. Except I got my new external webcam. I look so much better than the built-in camera on my MacBook Pro. I'm so happy.
But to your point, Madeline, see that I think that Chris Stone and I were just talking about this the other day. Going to these newer webcams, if you even want to call them that, they're just so much better. Like, why spend thousands on a camera
Let me go grab the
to
box.
live stream?
Yeah.
And I think, to me, that's, because I was using a Sony ZV-E10 before that cost me $800, and I started having issues with it. And it's like, this thing works great. Yeah.
That's what I just bought. I just got it the other day because I wanted I wanted I'm on a MacBook Pro, and it's not that old. It's like a year and a half old. And the built-in web camera sucks, and I'm just tired of it. But I've never done the big fancy digital cameras. They're so expensive. But I knew the webcams have gotten better. So I did a bunch of research. I just went on YouTube and just did all the comparisons. And this one is so lightweight. And actually the top of it comes off. I could actually pull it off and just hold it. It's real lightweight, and it has auto framing, whiteboard recognition, smart controls, natural bokeh, which I love that, that's the bottom one, where instead of doing the background blur, it's or bokeh, however you pronounce it, but I really like it. And that's what I don't think it said it though. Oh, I didn't check that setting when I came on here. Because you got the controller software. Oh, I forgot to go check it on there. But I'm really loving this.
It looks great.
This webcam.
Oh yeah, I was noticing it.
I can see that. I can see that it's way more clear. Did I not put that bokeh? Oh yeah, it says it's on.
Crisp and sharp too.
It really
really
is. I'm super impressed. And I think this was maybe $99. I mean, wasn't that
sounds about right?
About $100 on Amazon. And the one you have, Jim, is I think $149 because yours is on the gimbal thing, right? And can move all around.
Yeah.
Yours moves.
But still, that's what the Brio and the what was it, the 92C used to cost, or the 920?
Logitech.
Yeah, the Logitech, and then the Brio. Brio was a great camera, but
is it pretty easy to use? Because I'm not super
it's USB-C, connect into your computer, and that's it.
Are you on a Mac or a PC?
Mac.
So with Mac, you got to have an adapter, and I have.
Or as long as you have an open USB-C port, it'll work.
Yeah, because you need the USB-C. So I get these on Amazon. I have two. I have an Anchor one on there right now. But this is my other one where I can do the USB, and then this goes into the laptop.
Got it. Okay, cool.
So, because how Macs are now. I mean, there's no USB, so but you got to
buy a hub.
But these are not super expensive. But I get them. If you want the link, I could send it to you. But I get them on Amazon.
Sure. That'd be great.
But I love this camera. I'm super impressed. And because it can do 4K and my phone can do 4K, my iPhone, I'm like, I want to start experimenting now with having dual camera, because I could put my phone on a tripod and, have high quality with that and have it go back and forth. And Jim, I'm sure you have some info available on how to do all that, right?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Do you like some YouTube videos? I like learning from
I
YouTube.
probably should. Chris might have put one on our YouTube channel, but yeah, it's definitely something I should do. With because even so, as an example, because of the fact that you are on StreamYard, as a admin or whatever you want to call it, you can have 2 cameras right now.
Right, and I know that. I
So
just
one of them could be
haven't done it.
could be your camo camera controlling your phone, and
Right.
so that way you don't need to go out and buy an extra camera because you've already got one. Or
Right.
what I do is I recycle my old iPhones. When I get a new one, I don't get rid of the old one, and
that's
now I have a
smart.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was close to doing that when I got my new phone. I finally upgrade. I can't believe I didn't know to do this sooner. My iOS on my iPhone to the 26.
Oh, right. We talked about that.
Holy cow. That liquid glass is awesome. Man, I'm like, oh, my screen looks so much cooler now.
Yeah.
And all the icons, the way I love it. So I'm really happy with it. Oh, I guess Rachel had to go. Well, this is always a great time hanging out with y'all. I'm bummed that, it's holidays the next 2 weeks. We won't be here because, Christmas Day and New Year's Day. So
we should have a party at
we
night
need
time.
to. We
Yeah,
gotta have our
just schedule it.
80s.
Just pick
Well,
a
y'all
night.
y'all got to tell me what day and time you want to do it, because I don't want to just be the only one there. So
Friday night.
we need to pick a day and time. A Friday night works. So
This Friday night.
y'all want to do it this Friday night? Let's just do
Yeah.
this already. So over in school, we decided, right? Because it'll be
Yeah.
private.
8
So-
o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, something like that.
You're Eastern.
Yeah.
I need to jot it down. What's a good time?
Make it a nighttime thing.
Let's- All right, so you can come this Friday. Y'all can do this.
Yeah.
I'm not
What
sure if
time-
I'll be
what
able to.
time- Yeah, I was gonna say you're Eastern in Georgia,
And you're Mountain, Barb. So
and
you're
I'm Mountain, and Bez is.
He's Eastern.
He is Eastern.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he was in the Pacific time zone.
No,
I used to live in California.
oh cool.
Yeah,
Barb,
he's
what's a
a couple hours from me.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. You're so close by. What's a good time for you, Barb, considering that there's the time difference? And then I know Rachel is West Coast, so
Well, but it's earlier for me. Bez is our 80s maestro, so my feeling is
yeah.
we should set it to East Coast time, and he's also the one that's making the noise.
this has been his idea for months. I still remember jotting it down when he mentioned it here
Right.
months and months ago. Back to the
So
80s
if we
baby.
do
That's
it
what
to
he called
his,
it.
see, if he said 7 o'clock his time, that'd be 5 o'clock my
No,
time.
no.
So
We can do it
I'm
at
just-
8, 9. I mean, let's
I
do
don't
it at
want to
night.
do. I'm an old lady, but
We don't want to do too late.
I was gonna say, I can't do late.
Let's do, if we did 8 o'clock Eastern, so that'd be 7 for me.
Do
That'd be
6 to
6 for
10.
you. Is that good for you, Barb?
Yeah,
What am I
tomorrow
trying-
night,
let's-
right?
Oh yeah, tomorrow's Friday. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
maybe
This
See,
week
there's
went fast.
no time like the present.
Exactly.
And let's
We
just
have to
we just
have
rip the
to
Band-Aid off.
we have to just do it, as my tattoo says. Just do it.
Let's do it.
Put
We're
it
gonna
on
do
the
it.
calendar now.
I will as soon as we get off here. I'll
If
get
you
And
do it
then-
in school, I might be able to join by phone, but I'll be just arriving in my in DC. So we're and you're going against the first round of the college football playoff games, Bez, because
Oh,
Alabama plays Oklahoma at 8 o'clock Eastern.
I'm not into college as much
I
as
no
I
idea.
know you are.
Yeah. Like people like, are you
I'm the sports guy.
are you a bulldog? I'm like, no, I'm Bez. What the heck are you calling me a bulldog?
I'll go set it up. And so
Yeah.
we'll plan for tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
So for everybody watching live, you gotta be over in school. We're doing this as a private thing over on school. So go join us,
It's
school.com/Madeline Sklar. Even though it's normally our AI shortcuts to work smarter community. We've been talking about doing this for a long time because it's just a fun way for us to hang out. Friends hanging out. So come over to school. I'm going to set it up in there. We'll be private. Only our school community members can, and it's free to join. Only our school community can participate, and then I can always put up the replay.
You make an event, I'll share it. And yeah. Last Saturday, I did Dickens and Dillard was the MC here. Oh man, Jim, you should have come. It was amazing. But maybe next year. They're gonna have it next year.
Cool.
Very
Well,
cool.
thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you. Merry
So
Christmas.
we'll see you
Merry
in 2
Christmas.
weeks.
Happy holidays to everyone.
Yes, happy holidays to everybody.
Merry-
We'll be back in 2
Yeah, happy
weeks.
holidays. Yeah.
We'll be back in 2 weeks to hang out and do this again. And come join us on School because we're going to go back to the 80s, baby.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna
And y'all try to bring something for show and tell. We talked about that. We got to do show and tell. We could play music. We can do. Yeah, you got the
my
you got
tape
the old
recorder.
recording.
You know, I want a boom box. That's what I want. A boom box.
Oh,
Remember the boom box?
Oh, love the boom box. Heck yeah. The bigger, the better.
Sharing photos and stuff before, and in case we can't make it live, can you like put a post in the group, referring to the event so
Yes,
we can add that there?
Yeah, I'll put up a post, and then when we have the replay, that'll go up as a post as well.
I tell you what, if you make a event or flyer or whatever, I'll share it too, and maybe we can increase your school community.
I would love that. That'd be great. We're gonna have some fun.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much. Happy holidays.
Right.
And for those that can come join us tomorrow night for Back to the 80s, baby, at 8:00 Eastern. It will not be live streamed on social. So for all of y'all watching on social, it's not going to be here. And
It's a private party. It's a private party. Wait, we got the velvet rope?
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. All right, y'all. I will see y'all soon. Everybody take care. Bye, everybody, for watching us live. We appreciate y'all.